everybody? What's going down? Sixers get the W, 114-107. First W in the books tonight in Toronto. We're talking reactions, grades, player of the game, all that and more. Joining me, he's not Mike. He's my man, Pat.
Yes.
What's going on, dude? Thanks for joining.
Hey, you know what? I'm blessed to be on with Dives, my right-hand man. I've been busy all day today here with the Edge of Philly Sports Network, from covering Union, Flyers, you name it. I'm at the game covering this team. But more importantly, I made you a promise I was going to come here and cover it, and I was on my way over here to catch all the action. And boy, did I came here at the right time. I called all the action, and man, I gotta say I'm impressed with this team. And by far, please don't let James Harden in that door. Please.
What do you think James Harden's thinking right now? Like, all right, we're gonna get into this because what's going on, Daniel. Thanks for joining, guys. If you're watching us live, like this video. Please be sure to comment your thoughts on the game because Tyrese Maxey is now up to 15 assists, one turnover in 80 minutes of basketball to start out the season. In tonight's game, he finished with 34 points, back-to-back games with 30 points or more. He shot 7 of 9 from three-point range, 12 of 20. He was a plus 10 in this one. And even mind-blowing, he had 0 field goal attempts and 0 attempts in the first quarter. He did all of that in 3 quarters. I'm just amazed at how well Maxey is looking right now, especially on ball. This entire season is about watching Maxey grow, that two-man game, that pick and roll, and everything between Maxey and Embiid. And we got a heavy dose of it today in the pick and roll. I feel like when they were sharing the court, look at that, 41 attempts between Embiid and Maxey combined. And it was beautiful. I feel like every time we ran the system through Maxey, every time Maxey's pushing the ball up the court, man, it was successful. It was great. What was your thoughts on Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah, so my thing is, thanks, Mike. Yes, right now for today I'm Mike Lara. So, but the thing I got to take away is the Sixers transaction, bringing in Kelly Oubre, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5. He's done a phenomenal job. He's looked great. Just being that we had that, that feeling when he first came to the Sixers, like, I'll give it a whirl to see what happens. It's not going to hurt because his team's already a nightmare, but okay, I'll give it a whirl. I'll try it. And he's been a plus. He's been a huge plus to this team. And again, the kids are looking to make a long-term contract here. And he played very, very well. And like you said, they picked apart the 2-on-3 defense that the Toronto Raptors were throwing at him. He was down in the paint all the time, wide open, all alone, and getting rebounds and putting baskets in. He was doing phenomenal in the paint.
Yeah, what I loved about Kelly Oubre today was, what he brings to this team is just such a refreshing element. Like, he's the best pure wing the Sixers have had in quite some time. Offensively, a guy that can defend multiple spots. What did he have today? He had 3 steals again. Like, we talk about the offense, but I loved seeing him cut more to the basket in this one. Some of my favorite moments in this game happened at least a few times when Joel Embiid found Kelly Oubre cut backdoor. There was one where Embiid got double teamed and found him under the basket, and it happened again. There was another one where Paul Reed had the basketball and found him. He missed the wide open layup. But those are some things we didn't really see a lot of, I think, in the first game. We're starting to see how this could be just how he could be a weapon in this offense. There was an amazing pick and roll action between Maxey and Embiid, and Maxey had a beautiful no-look dish to Oubre under the basket. Yeah, gotta love what you're seeing from Oubre. Oubre finished 7 of 9 under the basket in the
Yes.
7 of 9. He was 0 for 6 from 3-point range. But that's okay. That's gonna happen with shooters like Oubre, but did a ton of his damage under the basket, cutting back door. That's what I want to see from the
Yes.
right?
And here goes one for you too. If you look at the stat right above, what 5, 6? You had about 5 players with 7 players now. Looking at the stat right here in front of me with rebounds, offensively and defensively. These guys were having rebounds. This is what this team needed. Every time, guys want to keep their eyes on Joel Embiid on the paint and trying to the double team or whatnot. He found guys underneath the bucket. He relied on those guys to get the rebounds, and that's again. So this might be something new. I'm not used to seeing from the whole different playbook from Doc Rivers to Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse came in here, and we should be 2-0 right now. I'm just going to keep it a beat, but I'm not going to get in all that. But this Sixers team is bringing something new to the table. Nick Nurse is coaching these guys very well. I mean, like I said, it's a very tiny sample size, but for what I'm seeing, wow, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I could definitely tell the difference in the playbooks.
Right? Like, this is fun. Like this is like I tweeted that earlier or on Thursday. This is fun. Like even though they
Yes.
lost to the Bucks, their resiliency, the comeback. They had a lead in the fourth quarter until Joel Embiid messed it all up. We'll get into Embiid in a second. But I thought overall the team is playing more of a fun brand of basketball with Oubre being the best pure wing off the bench, scorer off the bench they've had in a while. Name the last time they've had a guy like that can give you, double-digit scoring while shooting 0 of 6 from 3-point range. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome. Quentin says 3 steals by Oubre. His cutting ruined the Raptors defense. GSC, what's going on, man? Saying Maxey has been spectacular this season. Great point on Oubre cutting, says the Village. PJ doesn't do anything, man. I don't know what the hell. He does play defense. He does kind of like take the grit. He did defend. He was Giannis's primary defender on Thursday night. But my gosh, I agree. The Village, like just such an underrated signing that Kelly Oubre was, man. Let's get into Joel Embiid. Just the exact opposite of what we saw in Game 1. Literally the exact opposite. I thought the Sixers approached the adjustments, especially on defense. Their pressure defensively was amazing in the second half. Joel Embiid had 34 points, 8 assists, 1 turnover. I'm pretty sure he had 7 in Game 1.
All right.
In Game 1, like he really struggled to kind of do his thing under the basket. In today's game, Joel Embiid was 8 of 11 in the second half. In the fourth quarter, he was 2 of 5. Not great, but really the two-man game of Embiid and Maxey in that third quarter especially was the difference in this one.
Oh, absolutely. Again, 34 apiece. Like I said, Embiid did his thing today. Obviously, it's not the same caliber of team that you went against in Milwaukee, but still, I mean, to get yourself back in the rhythm, get yourself, in that, I would say, in that MVP caliber player. Like he wants to get back to that. So again, he handled the business today very, very well. He said underneath the basket, he still could drop. He was not very good with the threes. He only had 1 for 3 today. Not good with the threes. So I mean, but he was dishing. But like you said, him and Maxey were floating off one another. So with those two tag teaming up, and again getting Oubre involved, him having his 18 points being dirty underneath the net. Tobias Harris having 15. He did okay. So I'm happy where this team is at. So this team to me has good chemistry. Just like I said, please don't bring the beard, man. I don't need it. I don't want it.
You know what? Like coming into tonight, my take was the Sixers are a better basketball team with James Harden on the court. There's no question. You might have a point on the chemistry thing. There might be something there. I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, the first thing that pops with Embiid's box score is that 8 assists. The 8 assists from him. Again, had several amazing passes. None of the I don't know what the hell you would call that pass in game one where he tried to like slap the ball like a volleyball or some shit.
Yeah.
In game one in the fourth quarter. Joel Embiid looked excellent, looked decisive, did not hesitate against double teams in the fourth quarter. There was one time or couple of times when he got double teamed and find the open man, Kelly Oubre. There was another time when he split the defenders, split the double team, and got the basket. He was awesome. He was just night and day more effective compared to Thursday night. The Village says Maxey's averaging 32. I predicted 26. Dude, if this guy is averaging 30 plus a game, 7 assists, his assist to turnover ratio is going to be bananas. And he's shooting this well from 3. Like, how do you not put this guy at an all-star ballot? How? Like, these are ridiculous stats. And I agree, Pat. Like, I am scared to hell that the second James Harden comes back, he's going to straight defer. And we're going to just redo everything we've already seen before and done before in the past. I'm scared about that. You got something there.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to be here. I mean, what you have is a good sample size. Again, when the whole nation was focusing on Milwaukee, just because it's the first time seeing Dame, in the regular season in Milwaukee jersey uniform. Great, horrific, but but the chemistry here on this team is just second to none, and you can see it the way they flow, the way they work, not just as a team, but they work into the Nick Nurse system. You talked about this when the man first got hired, and I looked at him like, yeah, but you still got some bad apples. Well, listen, he's clean. He took the bad apples, went into the he cleaned those bad apples, and he got all the runs and dirt out of them. I mean, he's got some pieces now, and the way he's getting guys and facilitating and putting the guys in the right places, so forth. This team could be it's going to catch your eye. Can't catch your eye. Like I said, it just all depends. When Harden gets in, where can he fit? Is there going to be fighting? Is there going to be all that craziness? Right now, there's no off-court craziness right now. The team is working as a unit, and I love seeing it.
Yep. Village says we have an elite developmental coach. What do you think Embiid and Maxey shot combined in the second half? What would you guess?
In the second half, I can't. I don't want to say.
I'll tell you. They shot 15 of 21 from the floor.
Wow.
15 of 21. Those two combined. That's incredible, man. And that's what you want to see. That's everything you want to see from these two. You want to see if Maxey is a true number 2. You want to see if Maxey can develop as a playmaker, as a number 2, as a closer in the fourth quarter, as a guy that can fit alongside Joel Embiid. And we saw it tonight. And that doesn't mean anything. We need to see this over a course of an entire season in terms of what we're looking at in terms of Max. Because really, like, we've been kind of pushing the chains on Maxey's ceiling for the last several years. Really, yes. I don't think anybody really knows what this guy is or could be. He's always still what, like 21, 22
still
years
a puppy. He's still a puppy. And to me, like I said, the spacing that they were fine for other players, it was really, really nice. Like I said, the spacing that Kelly Oubre got underneath the net and all that stuff, his offensive game. He again, when all that defense is going towards Maxey or Embiid, look how much, the other guys are in spacing now. They can do what they need to do. And Kelly Oubre took a full advantage of that as well.
Yep. I love this comment. Phase in more Springer. I need to see more Jaden Springer. Didn't get a single minute in this one. I thought he had a really good first half against the Bucks that didn't play at all in the second half. Patrick Beverley played 17 minutes, had 2 points. I like Patrick Beverley. I think there needs to be a decision made. I hope Springer's minutes get ramped up because I do think he deserves minutes, but we'll see. Do you have any other takeaways before we get into player of the game?
Not really. I mean, if anything, I mean, just like I said, Nick Nurse. Going back to Nick Nurse and his phenomenal job so far, so good. Only losing to a point to the Bucks. You go into your old, you obviously you want to play with a chip on your shoulder, facing your old team, and he handled business up in Toronto. So I mean, just like I said, that the way he's putting guys in spacing and all, like I said, the chemistry he's got between Embiid and Hart, and Maxey, it's like I said, second to none. This is what I really like to see.
Yep. Village, just keep an eye on Melton. He's a free agent. Get Springer of Pat Beverley's minutes. I'm right there with you, Village. I'm right there with you. That being said, let's get to our player of the game.
I keep it straight, every line is so intentional. This is your moment to let it go. You know that I'm into them way too cold. You can't manage this, can't break this, boy, I'm funded. Gotta keep my distance when you now 100. Come the same ones say they love you, lately funny. You can't match my energy, and yeah, you know it. Way too cold. Yeah, man, I'm way too cold. Way too cold. Yeah, man, I'm way too cold. Way too cold. Yeah, man, I'm way too cold. Yes, I meant it. Yeah, man, I'm way too cold.
Lead us off, Pat. Who is your player of the game tonight?
Again, I'm going to give you the layup this time, but I'm going to go with Kelly Oubre. I mean, I'm high on this kid. Just like I said, when they made the transaction late in the summer, I was like, okay, I'll take a whirl on it. But, the kid's making the most of the time. Like I said, the very small sample size we've seen of this kid, he's made the best of it. So I'm happy what I've seen from him. He's done really, really good things, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I'm going to go Maxey. I got to go Max.
I want to give you a layup.
Even though I loved seeing Embiid make really good decisions with the basketball when double teamed in the fourth quarter. That's something that's been a thorn on his side for way too long. It's got to be Tyrese Maxey, man.
Do you have an honorable mention?
All right, I do want to throw it. I would like to throw out a quick nod to Tobias Harris,
Okay.
even though he's not like playing like a max contract, he's been quietly very good. Again, I think he had 20 points in game 1, 15 points here in game 2, but more so in game 2 tonight. I thought Tobias Harris's defense, his energy, was a huge cog to everything transpiring in the second half for the Sixers that led defense to offense. I thought he was a huge piece of that. So I do want to give a quick shout out to Tobias Harris, but for me, it's got to be Tyrese Maxey. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
There was one play. I can't wait to watch the highlights, man. I can't wait to make the highlight reel.
Yeah.
Where I think he took 2 steps from the half court to the basket. It was so fast. And I just remember during the watch party just laughing at how fast he is with the ball in his hands, man. He's just he's got so much upside. And it goes back to Nick Nurse. Like the second the Sixers signed him, it wasn't Embiid, it wasn't Harden, it was his potential fit and in developing Tyrese Maxey going forward. And I think that's going to be everything. It is going to be a lot of fun to watch. And I get why a lot of Sixers fans are kind of tuned out to this season, and rightfully so.
Right.
Rightfully so. The Sixers need to prove a lot, a lot to show why Sixers fans should be excited. But I'm all in, man. I'm all in on the development of Maxey under Nurse in the fourth quarters, in clutch moments. We saw some of it today. There's such a difference between the Raptors and the Bucks. But it's going to be, it's fun for me, at least. It's fun for me.
Yeah. So my honorable mention would be James Harden. As long as he doesn't touch the floor, he'll be my favorite player. As long as he's not touching the Sixers floor, and just look, he could get paid millions just to eat peanuts. I don't care. Just don't touch this damn team. Stay away from it. You can't stop being a poison apple. Stop. Stay away.
That's so funny. The Village says give Oubre a contract 3 years, $4 million. Let's pump the brakes. Maxey will get his max. There's no question. Tobias 3 for 4. That's probably what? That's what, 11? No, that's not 11. That's like 12, 13. 13? I think that's 13 a year. I don't know. I think the Sixers need to move on from Tobias. Maxi player of the game for the Village, and laughing at honorable mention. It's a long night. It's Saturday night. Let's just quickly get into our grades A to F. Game 1, we gave the Sixers a C+. It was a C+ out of basically because of Embiid just flopping and being terrible in the fourth quarter. But I thought in Game 1, at least like everyone else, it was like a B+ effort. I'll throw it to you first, man, and I'll agree or disagree. A to F, what's your grade on the Sixers tonight?
Give them B+. A B+ tonight. Like I said, a lot of gray areas from Thursday night you kind of fixed within a 48-hour window. Yeah, yes. I think they did a very good job. Just handle some business. They could have been better in some areas, but like I said, Oubre getting 18 points. Both your stars got 34. Tobias Harris, it's a good sneaky 15. That's okay because I think we all know his role. But yeah, I can't complain. And like I said, the development of working for Nick Nurse, just like you mentioned earlier, Nick, having good chemistry, playing good team ball under Nick Nurse makes this. I give it a B+.
Let's go with B+. Let's do it. Village says A+ for having the guts to sit PJ in the fourth, and that's what we talked about during the watch party. I literally said that was like it's not about PJ Tucker starting; it's about who's playing in the fourth quarter. So that's just what it is. B+ is good. I mean, you have your two main players, Embiid and Maxey, attributing for nearly 60% of the team's offense tonight. That's great to see. And yeah, let's go B+. B+. Yeah. This is let's be fair. This is the win they should. This is a game they should have
right.
So B+. The big thing also in this one, the Sixers only had 9 turnovers. Like Embiid had 7 turnovers in Game 1. So that's a great area of progression there you like to see. What's going on, Ryan? Thanks for joining.
What's up, buddy?
A-. Raptors kept making threes. I think the Raptors made 9 of their first 3-pointers in this one. And then I feel like after the second quarter, whether it was Nurse, we'll watch the highlights again, but like Nurse made adjustments, the Sixers made adjustments from the second quarter to the third quarter. The Sixers really just pounded the Raptors, man, with their defense and their energy, man. Tobias Harris B, Melton D-. Yeah, the Sixers need to make a decision what to do with Melton and Beverly because we have a kid in the waiting in Jaden Springer that deserves his chance. Nick Nurse knows how to utilize Tobias. I mean, Tobias has been very efficient so far. He was 8 of 9 from the field in Game 1, 4 of 10 from the floor in Game 2. But again, love his defensive energy. The addition of Kelly Oubre kind of allows Tobias to kind of focus on defense. And I feel like when we have seen the best Tobias Harris is when he's more so trying to be that 3-and-D kind of wing.
Yes.
Doing too much on offense, dribbling too much on offense. So that's good to see. And I thought we saw better possessions from Joel Embiid tonight in respect of, he receives the entry pass, makes the decision with the basketball, splitting the double team, going at the basket rather than just dribble. Whereas in game one, we saw a lot of ball watching. We saw way too much people standing around. Today was
and that's usually Mike Laro's job, ball watching.
Man, you have a long day tomorrow too, don't you? You got a show in like literally 8 hours.
Yes.
But anyway, we saw a lot more ball movement today, which I was really, really happy about. Excellent point on Springer over Melton Bev, who's not going to be here. Where was Springer tonight, man? I agree. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get it, but here we are. Joel Embiid looked much better tonight versus against the Bucks. But that wraps it up. We are closing up shop early tonight. Time to go to bed. I've got a show to watch on Netflix called The Fall of the House of Usher that I'm addicted to, and it's amazing. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's I want to get at least a couple episodes in before bed. He is Pat Bernard. Where can we find you, man? What do you got going on? How was the Union game?
Dude, it was amazing. I love it. I love covering it. It is a fat man's dream come true. It truly is. I mean, the catering that goes on in the press box is just like it's about like I had a big fat burger, and I'm telling you the best burger I've ever had. And I'm not 2.5 inch. Yeah, and I'm from the Gobbler's perspective. Thank you, Village. The burger was good, the wings were good, but no, other than that, I love being there. I love sitting in the press box, covering the team, getting to interview the coaches and the players, and they'll all of a sudden they see my face enough, they know who I am. So you feel good about that. But like I said, 3-1 win for the Philadelphia Union. I'm happy. See you tomorrow, Pat. Don't wear the orange shirt. Hey, brother, it's Flyers. No, Flyers lost. But I'm not a front runner either, so I might have to push out the Orange Chronicles shirt either way. But yeah, you catch me PM and the AM. Catch me beat reporting. As a matter of fact, I'll be writing the article for this game. So I have a lot of articles coming up. You got Eagles article coming up, so forth. You catch me also with all across all the time. Beat reporting for those guys, covering Philadelphia Wings, and of course Steel Steps. Friday nights at 10 p.m. Covering all things pro wrestling. Oh, there goes my favorite CTH. It's in the house. Never goes to sleep. All right. But yeah, I'm a constantly busy man. So, but God, thank you so much, guys, for having me on.
Absolutely, man. First one of many. Steven says, we will take that split home. There's no way Harden plays tomorrow night, right? There's no way. At home?
No.
There's no way. They release him
home opener.
No. I don't see that happening. I would be shocked if they walk into that fire because that's what it will be.
Steve, you sit on the throne of lies.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Please like this video if you love Tyrese Maxey breakout seasons. Because that's what we are on a journey with in 2024. Busy day tomorrow. Holy cow. It's going to be PM in the AM at 9. Yes. Eagles pregame at 11. Eagles halftime. Eagles postgame. And then we're not doing the Sixers watch party. We will be doing the Sixers postgame tomorrow. So it's just going to be so much going on tomorrow.
Welcome to the fall.
Yeah, for real, man. I'm already exhausted. But again, thank you everyone for watching. People who commented during the watch party, during the post-game show. He is Pat Bernard. I am Dibes. Stay awesome, everyone. Sixers 1-on-1. We will see you tomorrow night for Sixers post-game. For Pat, for myself, stay awesome, everyone.